Did you know that you can use certain AI tools and cut your drafting time by 90%? Well, sounds like a dream in your tedious day, right? Well, let me show you how. I will teach you how to draft a notice under Section 21 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act using Claude AI. The first thing that I will do here is to set a role for Claude and set expectations. As you can see on my screen, I tell Claude, act as a lawyer and draft a notice under Section 21 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. I will give you a fact situation in the next prompt as well as the format of the draft. As you can see, it has to act as a lawyer and draft a notice for me. I also give instructions that I will give facts and format for the draft. Now, let me take you to the fact situation that I have given to Claude. Esotec Private Limited is a top real estate developer in Noida and it has a registered office in Noida as well. In the year 2017, it was granted 200 acres of land by the government of Uttar Pradesh for construction of a township comprising of residential as well as commercial units. The ambitious project was carried out within a period of 7 years, ending in March 2024. The major terms of the contract entered into the parties dated 1st of April 2017 are as follows. Esotec would be responsible to obtain necessary permits and approvals from appropriate authorities as and when required. Esotec would also facilitate the land acquisition process from the farmers in relevant sectors which was sought to be acquired. Number 3, that time would be the essence and any delay would amount an imposition of liquidated damages fixed at the rate of Rs 9,000 per day. Number 4, that any extension request would be approved only after approval from the government, and the same was fixed in point number 3 as well. Finally, at the completion of the project, Esotec would be entitled to a sum of Rs 500 crores and 20% of the ownership of the commercial units that were constructed. This would be subject to any deductions that would be made. However, you can see that multiple issues happened after the project commenced. Let's go through them. The farmers were agitated with the rate of compensation that was granted, resulting in various protests and riots across the state. This caused severe delay even in the commencement of the project. Then COVID-19 and subsequent lockdown resulted in further delays. There was labor shortage post-COVID and it acted as a catalyst for delay. Supply and procurement of materials became difficult on account of price escalation, and the contract did not stipulate any condition for price escalation or how to navigate such a situation. As a result of this, even on the project completion date, the project was only 60% at completion stage. In between, there were several meetings that were held between the parties, and the minutes of meeting were also recorded. Understanding that the delay, of course, was inevitable, the government in July 2024 terminated the contract and asked Esotec to raise its final invoice. It made various representations, and after several rounds of deliberations, finally, it raised an invoice of Rs 300 crores and also claimed 20% of the constructed commercial units, as was agreed. Government, post calculation of losses and deductions, paid 60 crore and denied to hand over any commercial units on account of breach of the contract. Being aggrieved, Esotec wants to start an arbitration proceedings in view of the arbitration clause that exists between the parties. Let me take you to the clause. It says, any dispute which is arising out of or in connection with this agreement shall be settled by arbitration. A sole arbitrator shall be appointed by both parties, who shall conduct the arbitration at New Delhi. Seat of the arbitration is New Delhi, and courts of New Delhi will have exclusive jurisdiction to hear and decide any dispute. Language shall be English. Now, this is the exact fact situation that I have gone ahead and given to Claude. And on giving these facts, Claude asked me to give a format. Please note that there is no set format for a Section 21 notice, but there may be some mandatory declarations that we need to make. So let me show you what they are and how my prompt looks like. I say, here's the format. Start with proper salutations and the addressee. The notice has to be sent to New Okla Industrial Development Authority, Uttar Pradesh. So I'm giving the address of the recipient here. Subject should be mentioning that it is a notice under Section 21 of the Act. This is an essential. The facts are to be stated in a precise as well as a chronological manner. Now, there are certain specific things that a notice should include, which I have prompted Claude to include. Here are a few things that you should include in the notice. Number 1, a categorical statement that this is being sent under Section 21 with an intent to arbitrate. Number 2, that a dispute has arisen and exists within the scope of the arbitration clause. Number 3, the arbitration clause has to be reproduced and it has to be noted that the parties are eligible for arbitration. Number 4, Mr. Saurabh Dhingra, retired judge of the Delhi High Court, is being nominated as the arbitrator. Number 5, that a 30-day time is being given for the other party to reply. Now, this is a statutory requirement.
to the nomination of this notice. Number 6, a disclaimer that the claims will be brought forth in the statement of claim and are not being stated here. The notice has to be sent on behalf of ESOTech, who should be referred to as my client, because ultimately we're going ahead and giving a legal. Now, based on my prompt, this is the first draft that Claude has generated for me. It says it's to the Chief Executive Officer, New Oakland Industrial Development Authority, picked up the address correctly. Subject, notice under Section 21 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act, intention to commence arbitration proceedings. Again, my prompt has been picked up correctly. Dear Sir, Madam, this is to inform you that I have been instructed by, as you can see, it has picked up the words my client, which is ESOTech Private Limited, and it has given the address of ESOTech Private Limited also, again saying to issue this notice under Section 21 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act with an intent to initiate arbitration. So picked up correctly by Claude again. What are the facts? I had given the prompt to Claude to arrange the facts in a chronological order. Let's see. On 1st of April 2017, my client entered into a contract with the government of Uttar Pradesh for development of a township for residential and commercial units on 200 acres of land in Noida. It was to be completed within a period of 7 years. Despite the best efforts, the project faced several unforeseen challenges, including all of these that I had stated in my facts. As a result, the project was only 60% complete. In July 2024, the government terminated the contract and requested my client to raise a final invoice. After deliberations, my client raised an invoice for Rs 300 crores and claimed 20 of the commercial units. The government paid only 60 crores and denied to hand over any commercial units, citing breach of contract. It is hereby categorically stated that the notice is being sent under Section 21 of the Act with a clear intent to arbitrate the dispute. The next paragraph showcases that my prompt has been picked up correctly. It says, a dispute has arisen and exists which falls within the scope of arbitration clause. This is an important thing to mention while you're doing the notice. The relevant arbitration clauses, and if you see, this is another important thing, that the arbitration clause has been reproduced. However, what do we want? Next, it also mentions an important point that both parties are eligible for arbitration to resolve the current disputes. Who am I nominating as arbitrator? So I'm nominating Mr. Saurabh Dhingra, who is a retired judge of Delhi High Court, as the sole arbitrator, because my arbitration clause talks about sole arbitrator right here. And we have also given them 30 days statutory timeline to reply to the nomination notice. Please note that this notice does not contain detailed claims, as I had put in my prompt that this will be mentioned in the statement of claim. Same thing picked up and mentioned right here. Finally, it says, we look forward to your response within the stipulated time, and it is sent on behalf of ESOTech Private Limited. Now, after Claude has given me this notice, it also goes ahead and tells me that it has followed my instructions. Let me show you the response. So this is the notice that I just read out to you. And it says, I've drafted the notice as per your instructions, and the notice includes all the key elements about salutation, subject line, facts, statement about notice being under Section 21, that the dispute is within the scope of arbitration clause, reproduction of the arbitration clause, nomination of the arbitrator, 30 days time frame, and disclaimer about the statement of claim. Now, there is one thing that you would have noticed, that it has cut the facts short, right? So I go ahead and give it another prompt. I say, retain the structure, but expand upon the facts a little with assertion on the fact that the delay was not intentional. And then it goes ahead and gives me a final draft, to which I've made certain manual edits in the color red. Let me show that to you. Now, here is the next draft that Claude churns out for me. I have made certain manual edits which are marked in red. So let's go through it. It did not mention the mode of delivery. So I have RPAT, email, and courier here. The date was not mentioned, so I write September. We're giving it to the Chief Executive Officer. This is correctly taken. However, in the subject, I've made certain changes. I say, notice under Section 21 of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. We don't need to write intention to commence arbitration proceedings here, so I've deleted that. However, I've made a note for you all that you can alternatively use notice for appointment of arbitrator under Section 21 and give a reference to your agreement date. First paragraph is fine, so I'm not making any changes right here. Then when we're talking about facts, you can see that I have just added the word you noticee right here, because we are sending it to the government of Uttar Pradesh and we're going to address them as the noticee in the matter. Now, if you see, it has made certain elaborations in these paragraphs which were not present in the earlier notice. So that has been incorporated perfectly fine. Then Instead of the government, we're just using the word you notice because currently we're giving them a notice. So the same thing is done in paragraph D and E. Moving on into the further paragraphs, I've done the same changes where I've just added the word you notice. So just minor changes, right? Eligibility sentence was fine, so no changes right here. Nomination is fine, so I'm not picking any changes there. 30 days timeline is also fine. And the disclaimer about this not being my detailed claim is also present, so I'm not making any changes. So as you can see, I had only made some minor changes in the draft notice. Claude has helped me with the legalese and drafting time to a great extent. Now, are you eager to learn more such AI tools and take your practice to the next level? If yes, join us for a 3-day free live and online bootcamp on how to use AI to grow your legal practice. We will cover everything from AI assisted drafting to the latest tools you can use to enhance your legal practice. But this event is going to be live. There are no recordings, to make sure to attend. We will also be offering some exclusive giveaways during the bootcamp that can benefit your practice. So I am looking forward to seeing you there on 7th, 8th, and 10th of September 2024. Signing off.